time no see. Time no see. No, we have to shut the door. We have to shut the door. Okay. Go ahead, Dan. Use the microphone for questions first. Coach, first off, how's Cole doing?
Cole will not go tonight.
You know, with him, was that something he was dealing with or something that happened last night?
Yeah, he's been dealing with it for quite some time now, and I think it just locked up on him a little bit. So I think we're just gonna, he's gonna continue to get treatment and then see how he responds tomorrow.
You know, back-to-backs on a long road trip are always challenging, but with your group as shorthanded as it is right now, how much of a challenge is that?
It's an opportunity. I think guys that have not played will look to get some time. They played last night as well, so I think we're both in that same boat. So I really just think that it's an opportunity for guys to step up and step in, and when they get those minutes, make them meaningful.
We talked about it a little bit last night, but when you put the film on about them, what pops out to you?
Very similar to to how Golden State plays. There's a pace that they run. They run a lot of things to Sabonis. He's a lot of times the primary playmaker, and then when it's not in his hands, it's in Fox's hands. So just their speed, their ability to navigate the pick and roll, the dribble handoffs with Sabonis. You have to mix up the coverages, whether you're up or you're back. But all night they need to feel a presence around them with a level of physicality without fouling.
Throughout the West Coast trip, we've heard praise from stars on Paolo and Franz for Katie and Beal. Last night, Steph was talking about just how great they are. When you talk to your peers, how much do you hear that starting to echo and recognize for what they're able to do?
It's the same comments, understanding what these guys are able to do every single night. The defense are now tailoring to them. And so for them to do what they've continued to do, knowing that they're seeing a heavy floor focused all on them, and they're continuing to try to do it the right way by finding their teammates playing defense the right way, and like our group playing hard, for 48 minutes.
Coach, speaking of Paolo, the past this season compared to last season, can you talk a little bit about his development? Is he's doing things, a little bit differently that he did, improvement-wise, that he did last season on both ends of the floor?
Well, first, the defensive end, working on sitting down and guarding. I think what happened this summer was good for him to be able to guard multiple positions, and he's taken that into the year, more leadership, more communication there, knowing and what to do in different scenarios. Offensively, just slowing the game down, picking the game apart in different ways, understanding how teams are tilting the floor towards him, the passes he needs to make, when it's time to score, when it's time to facilitate. Those are the things that he's just continued to improve, of just being able to read the game at a high level.
You just mentioned it too. It sounds like all of those things that you just mentioned, are the aspect of leadership, and as everybody like to lead by example. Is that some of the things that he's doing, trying to lead by example for his teammates?
He does. He definitely does. He doesn't have to be vocal all the time, but what he does is his work ethic. He'll say something in the huddle here and there, but they're watching how he's developing, how he's picking the game apart, what he communicates to his teammates as he sees the game flow, putting guys in the right position. Those are all signs of the leadership that we're asking him and Franz to be a part of.
And just my last question, just want to get your thoughts on what you already mentioned, Mr. Sabonis and stuff, but your thoughts about De'Aaron and what he's doing this season.
I mean, he just continues to improve. It's like the game is in slow motion for him because he's faster than everybody, and he gets where he needs to get on the floor. His fourth quarter scoring, his ability to find and navigate the defenses, knocking shots down. You're not able to go under his pick and rolls anymore. And then his ability to get down the floor. But you can just see his leadership and his tenacity on the floor. I think the other night in that tough loss, you could just see where he was with his demeanor and his approach to how he was trying to approach his team. And I think that shows continued sign of leadership and how he's trying to take the reins of his team.
Well, let me just follow up then. You've seen what he's doing out there shooting those threes, right? What are your thoughts about that? Because he's improved a lot in the last 3 seasons.
He makes it hard to guard, very hard to guard, not just because of his speed, because now he's knocking shots down and taking them with confidence.
Right on.
Anybody else? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it.